Let's paint this scene from Venice, Italy. I am going to use this reference photograph by Susan Roghair, who has kindly given me her permission to use it in this video. I am going to use soft pastels and a pastel matte grey sheet for painting this artwork. It is my favorite paper for pastel painting, but you may use any paper you are comfortable with. I will be using Gallery brand of soft pastels from Mungyo, Korea. This pack has 36 shades of paints. If you have a limited gamut of colors with you, do not worry. When painting with pastels, using light and dark values to our advantage is more important than using the whole range of colors. I will be using at the most 10 to 15 colors from this set for this painting. Let us begin. I began by drawing a crude outline of the main sections of the painting. The left and right walls, the dark part of the canal between these walls, the brightly lit part of the canal, and the building opposite. Let's block out the broad shapes using a light shade of brown. At this stage, do not worry about the details. Just focus on blocking the shapes. You may have noticed that I am using a darker value for the building opposite, which is actually fairly well lit. This is the way I do my pastel paintings. If an area has a darker value, I begin with a lighter value and progress towards dark through layering, and vice versa. I won't say that this is the only right way to paint using pastels, but it works for me. Now I have begun blocking the windows and doors on the walls to the left and right hand sides. I am not focusing to draw precise shapes. In pastel painting, the shapes are painted a little fuzzy and it is okay. That is the beauty of pastel painting. The green color on these walls is to indicate the moss deposited on them. We will keep the details on these two walls low because these walls are in shadows. We are going to draw the focus of the viewer towards the well lit area beyond these walls. So, we are gradually adding darker tones to these walls. Wherever you feel the need for tidying up some shapes, use pastel pencils. Even on these dark walls, there will be a few edges which are better lit. Carefully mark these areas using lighter colors. As you can observe here, one is able to indicate a lot of details using shapes without actually drawing these shapes. Paint the dark parts of the door and windows on the right hand side wall facing the viewer. Add some greenish tones to the right side wall to indicate moss. Use some lighter shades to indicate edges of the windows. This is a rare use of pencil to draw some details. I am using the black pastel pencil to lend some depth to the bars of the railing here. Use a shade of yellow to indicate a light bulb inside this doorway. Now let us work on the building opposite. This building is well lit and therefore we will paint it using brighter shades of colors. I began with a yellowish tone closer to skin color. You may have noticed that I am carefully avoiding painting some parts like door arches and windows. The color I am using is for the wall of the building only. For painting the window at the top, I used a greenish blue tone. Then I used a black pastel pencil to draw some bars in the window. For painting the arches, I have used white paint. Using complementary colors to paint the area within the arches really pops these arches out and grabs the viewer's attention. Adding some dark brown to the edges of the arches adds some depth to these arches. Add bright yellow color to the part of the building which is closest to the dark walls. This will make the brightness of the building stand out against the dark walls. Begin painting the darkest part of the canal water adjacent to the dark walls. I have used black color to paint this darkest part. Then gradually begin adding some lighter colors like green and yellow to paint ripples as we move to the middle of the canal between the dark walls. Use bright green color to paint the lit part of the canal beyond the dark walls. Bring some of that bright green inside the dark part of the canal to bring some unity to the painting. Let's really bring out the brightness of the lit part of the canal. Use the lightest shade of yellow for painting some ripples into this part. Let's use the same light yellow to block the shape for the boat on the far side of the canal. Add some yellow and blue shapes to this boat to create an illusion of details without actually drawing too many details. Add a silhouette of a man to the boat to create a sense of size for the boat and some liveliness in the painting. Add some brightness to the water using white paint. Add a little light blue to break the monotony of white. Use browns and yellows to paint some ripples in the dark part of the canal. I lost some of the footage here, that's why you saw the sudden jump in details. Apologies for that. Paint a little bit of bright highlights in the middle of the dark part of the canal. Painting such light ripples adjacent to the dark ripples creates a sense of shining water. Now let's begin drawing the silhouette of the boatman entering the dark canal. This is the central object of our painting and it is important to get this shape correct. So be careful while drawing it. Once this shape is drawn correctly, we will fill it with black. Then we will add a few edges to this shape of the boatman. There's no need to draw many details. Just a few edges are enough to indicate depth. Now begin painting the reflection of this boat in the water below. Just like the boat, this reflection will be dark and I have used black color to paint it. Paint some bright ripples over this dark reflection as shown here. Now it's time to add any finishing touches you desire, like tidying up some edges, smudging some colors, etc. And our painting is done. If you like this demonstration, press that like button and consider subscribing to this channel. Also press the bell icon to receive a notification whenever a new video is uploaded. You can check out my books about drawing and painting on my website https://useandtones.net. Happy painting!